So, the only way to take this off is two ways. You can strip it by hand, okay? You can strip that by hand with airplane stripper, okay? Or you can sand it off. Now, what we're gonna do is we are gonna sand our guitar, okay? We're gonna sand it off by hand, okay? Lucky me that I own a body shop, okay? So instead of sanding it literally by hand, which I will be doing a lot of this by hand, I'm gonna go ahead and use what you call a DA sander, okay? And a DA sander is actually a dual action is what it means, dual action. That means that it spins like that, and then there's also another wheel in it that spins like that. So while this is spinning this way, this one here is orbiting and rotating the opposite way, and it's cutting down. If you've never used one of these, I wouldn't advise you to do that. We're also going to be using 80 grit sandpaper, 180 sandpaper, and I got the 360 that's going to be last, okay? But we're going to give you an idea of what we're doing here. Now the owner has gutted out the guitar. So what we do is we go ahead and take our DA sander, and I go ahead and I'm going to put a piece of sandpaper. Now, cross our fingers that the finish on this guitar is thin, okay? That it's not one of those poly finishes that are super thick, all right? Because we would hate that. Now, what you want to do when you're doing a job like this, you always want to wear your safety glasses, which are full of sweat and filth. Let me get that off of there. So you always want to wear your safety glasses, and you always want to wear a dust mask so that dust doesn't fly in your face. So here we go. We're going to sand the guitar, then we're going to come back and hand sand it. 1, 2, 3, go man go. Okay, we got a situation. It's happened. Bad luck has hit the face of Pete, okay? And that is a polyurethane finish. And so now we go to step 2. It's a fucking situation, but it's got to be done. And step 2 requires that we use our heat gun. We're going to melt that off and peel it off. Let's see if we can get it off that way, okay? Okay, what you're gonna need to do this, you're gonna need a fucking scraper up. Putty knife. I don't have my putty knife. I can't find my putty knife. So I'm gonna use our gasket remover. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take our heat gun and we're gonna start heating that finish up, see? Just like this. Okay? We're gonna start heating it up. We're going to try us a new situation here, a new way. Get this fucking finish off of here. Then sanding. What you want to do, you want to heat it up until you see it start to bubble, see? You'll know when it starts bubbling because it'll turn this color, it'll turn different colors on you. I'm going to show you how thick the finish is. This isn't the best heat gun in the world. So as you see, that's really not working either. But that is one way that you can take it off. That's one way you can take it off. So now we're going to have to go ahead and you can see how thick the finish is on the back side of this. It's fucking ridiculous. Look at that. So you're probably thinking you're looking at me like I'm a jackass and I don't know what I'm doing, but believe me, I know what I'm fucking doing here, okay? So I didn't want to do it, but I'm going to have to. And I really don't want to because of money situation. These little pieces of sandpaper that you see me holding in my hand. That's 36 grit, and those are $2 a sheet, okay? $2.45 or some shit. And they're very expensive. And I didn't want to have to resort to that because of that fact, but we're going to have to, so. Go ahead and see what our 36 grit does, and then we'll have to work down to 80 and then down to fucking 180. So here we go, let's try that.